Periscope, which is also known as Twitter. Twitter. I don't think anybody's going to watch this anywhere, and that's totally fine. I just want to see. Okay, so here's the deal. One person is watching on Facebook. Hello, Facebook watcher. You'll probably be gone momentarily. So I have this production company I'm launching, and it's going to live stream, like, mostly comedy content, but some other stuff also. And I'm trying to figure out how to live stream it across all of the places. So in theory, this should be going to YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. Instagram is a hassle right now. There's a program that will let you stream to Instagram, but it doesn't work. You had to have downloaded it before something changed. I don't know. I didn't. So that's not happening yet. But this is pretty cool. I'm also thinking about starting a talk show where I just invite people to watch me play Tetris and talk to me, because that's how I tried to make friends when I was in 8th grade. Oh, this is not a great position, though, for me. Pause. The thing is, when you're playing Tetris, you really have to be right in front of it, or you think it's like here, and then it lands and it's actually there. And you're like, oh, come on. Still got that one viewer on Facebook. I don't know who you are, but hello. Shameless self-promotion for my new podcast if you haven't listened to it. It's a first episode, so, it's going to get better, but for a first episode, I think it's amazing. Oh, I should have played that somewhere else, but that's okay. First Tetris of the game. For the record, I can make one round of Tetris last, like, 30 to 40 minutes sometimes, so I don't anticipate this going that long. I'm tired. I've been playing with this technical stuff all day. So the production company I'm launching, it's called Friends of Andy, because the idea is hopefully going to be that it's different people every time. It's not built around me. It's just, oh, I'm already going to lose. That was terrible. This is what happens when I talk in Tetris. Lame. But look at that. I still beat the old score. Yes, I put my name as Bobo. If you don't know what that means, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Right. So it's called Friends of Andy. And the idea is that it will be different people every time, but no matter who shows up, you'll like them, because it's like your cool friend Andy that if he has a birthday party and you don't know anybody else that's going, you go anyway, because you're like, well, Andy's awesome and I really like his friends. So I bet I'll like these friends. Have a couple of shows in the works for it. I'm going to have a game night show. So it's just going to be like Jackbox games. That basically the idea is I'm trying to find similar types of content that exist online. Like there are a lot of platforms where you can just watch people play Jackbox games and things like that. But it's a bunch of YouTubers, and it's, nothing against them, but I feel like my comedian friends would be so much more entertaining to watch in those formats. And since I've gotten pretty good at figuring out how to set up live streams that look really nice, I was like, what if I build a bunch of live streams that look really nice, and then I invite a bunch of awesome, talented comedians on to just show up and be brilliant? I feel like that could be pretty cool. So I'm working on it. This is part of it. Right now, I'm on Facebook and Twitter. For some reason, it's not syncing to YouTube and Twitch, but I just synced those to my account, so it's probably just like this will work in 24 hours kind of a deal. I don't know. Or maybe it'll never work. Maybe I did it entirely wrong and I have no idea what I'm talking about. This is the part I haven't learned. But this green screen behind me that's allowing me to put the game up here, my mother and I sewed together. Her tension broke on her sewing machine, so I had to be her tension, and we were just laughing and laughing about how delightful it was that I was part of her sewing machine. I was like, we can buy you a new tension for like $7 on the internet. And she was like, nope, you're going to be my tension from now on whenever I need to sew. I was like, all right. That's also fine. Why not? Now, this looks like I've gotten myself into a pickle because we're up pretty high. This is manageable. We're only on level 9, okay? If this was level, like, 13, it would be a different story. I'm not saying I'm going to work myself out of this little pickle that I've gotten myself into, but it's looking promising so far. I'd say, how are you? What are you guys up to? But I can't look away from this, and I can't hear you because that's not how live streaming works yet. We'll get there. Did you see that? That was a ballsy move. I looked away from the screen to make eye contact with you. I can only do that when I know the pieces lined up like that. By the way, if you're like, I wonder what it was like to be friends with Rebecca in 8th grade, this was it. I was not an active child, and I lived in the country, and so I would invite people over to watch me play Tetris. I had a lot of friends. I was very popular. I don't know why Tetris is my jam as much as it is, but this is like meditation for me. Like, I love assembling things. I'm good at puzzles, but just like seeing what piece is next, like I'm constantly thinking, all right, how will this piece fit with what piece I'm getting next? And how do I make those two work well together? Sometimes I still make the wrong choice because, you know, that's what we do as human beings. We have the right choice presented directly in front of us and we're like, nah. Okay, I'm gonna get another Tetris here because oh, crap! No, I'm not. I changed my mind last minute because I saw the piece that was coming next and I knew how to get myself a Tetris, but I didn't move fast enough. I think in my head I was already controlling the next block, and the next block was not yet available. I was still on the first block. That happens sometimes. It's weird talking to nobody. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I talk to myself all the time, but I can be very open in talking to myself. I don't know who's listening to me right now, so I'm like, what do I share with you? Do we think, just so I can read these comments later, if you are actually watching this, do we think this could be an interesting talk show format if I just had people in a Zoom and you could see both of us and you could see my game and we were just talking about whatever? Like, I like the idea of just talking about our childhoods, like talking about our youth, like where were your birthday parties? Did you also have Discovery Zone? What was your big family vacation? Did you go anywhere exciting? What was it like? What was it like to be baby you? You know? I think it would be interesting. It's an extremely low energy, low production endeavor, but I think with all of the tech stuff I've been doing lately, I just love the idea of something that's just already set up and I just go. Tetris! I'm not gonna lie, my score is significantly lower than I would prefer for how many lines I have. So I'm gonna rack up at least one more Tetris here, unless it screws me and doesn't give me any lines, which is looking promising. Okay. See, but now I've set myself up for failure, because now I have this giant hole, and the pieces are gonna start coming down faster and faster, and that's not... You don't want to be up high when the pieces come down faster and faster. Makes sense, right? You're like, I don't play games, but that seems obvious. It is. Ooh, I don't know what that was. Again, sometimes you know exactly what you shouldn't do, and you're like, I'm gonna do it. I think I want to do it. All right. Oh, now we can get a Tetris. Okay, level 11. Well, nope. I'm gonna have to fill this in so it doesn't get too high. Sometimes you have to sacrifice the Tetris in order to not die. Am I actually in sync with it, or is there like a delay between the camera and the audio coming out of the game? Well, I wasn't in sync that time, but that was just me being not musically inclined for the moment. Oh, man. See, this is where I stop talking, because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna be able to keep up with this when the level changes again. Oh, I thought that was I thought I was going to lose a line there, and then I didn't, which meant that the next piece came in real fast. Oh, nope. That's it. That's it. That's the end. That's where we end. This is a fun little extra. Watch my hand disappear. Oh. That's not going to be like that after tomorrow. Anyway, all right. That was enough. We tested it. We know that we work on Twitter and Facebook. I don't know that we work on Twitch or YouTube yet, but I'll figure it out. Thanks for watching. Maybe next time it'll be more interesting, or maybe it will be even less interesting. Who can say? And now you're going to have to watch my face awkwardly lean over and end the stream because I don't have an end card I can cut to. This is just a test run. I'll have an end card when it's more legit. Maybe.